Hey, I'm Carlo.
I'm Mike Manning.
You're
watching Sand Shark Bytes.
And welcome back to everyone's favorite TV show. And as always, I'm joined by the man, the myth, the legend, the Mike Manning. Mike, what's up?
Mostly legend, Carlo.
Okay, mostly legend?
Mostly legend. Excited to be here. Another
Absolutely.
fantastic episode of Sand Shark Bytes. So let's get to it.
Yeah, a lot on store for today. I mean, primarily going to be talking about soccer and golf. We've had some soccer games last week. We've had some pretty big golf tournaments. So, Mike, let's get into soccer. 2 games, Thomas, and then one this past weekend against St. Thomas, which was the homecoming game. What do you think of their performances?
Yeah, it was exciting game down at Thomasville. Another 1-goal game for the Sand Sharks. They ended up on the wrong side of that. Thomas was able to get a penalty kick in order to get the winning goal. But Sand Sharks, they jumped out 1-0, and then Thomas was able to fight back. Thomas is a solid team. You never know what you're going to get from them. And then, like you said, we had a homecoming match, and the girls bounced back, getting the win over St. Thomas in double overtime. Melissa Fickner,
Huge
who
goal.
will be joining us later, had that double overtime goal from Anna Ginlat. And we'll get to those clips a little bit later. But real good things from the team. They're back to 500, 5-5 on the year, and looking to make this final push toward the Sun Conference playoffs.
Absolutely. In addition to soccer, we had some golf. So we had both.
Yep.
The men were in action and the women. The women won the Sand Shark Invitational, which is their Oldfield course. It just seems like every time there's a tournament at Oldfield, we win.
And they kept that streak going. Hopefully the men will do it again in the spring when they host here at Oldfield. But like you said, the women, they were here at their Sand Shark Invitational. They had 5 teams come in, 27 golfers in total. And Blanca Porta able to come out on top.
She's looking unbelievable.
Yeah, she took first overall. We actually had 3 top 5s as well. So we had Vanessa Schlew and Delia Prescia as well. And we'll talk to Coach DeBuel, find out her thoughts on how that all went. But for them, the big thing is coming up, the NAIA Fall Preview. They're heading out to Oklahoma City soon to see the national championship course, get used to that, and see who they're really up against. Top 20 teams are going to be there, so it'll be a big test for them. And like you said, on the men's side, they had their USCB Innisbrook Invitational, but they host that in Palm Harbor, down near the home of, childhood home of Coach Danny Allen.
Okay.
So that's why they do it down there, but they had 13 teams. A lot of Sun Conference opponents were there, and the guys were able to take, third overall, but among Sun Conference teams, they came in right behind Coastal Georgia, who's a top team. They're going to be really good this year, and we'll see with Coach Allen later.
Absolutely. Jack Ferracci, he's one of these guys, played very well last year, and he's coming into this season right where he left off. So that's going to be really good. But as you said, we're going to be talking to both Coach Brittany DeBuel and Coach Danny Allen. But first, we're going to watch some soccer highlights from St. Thomas, and then when we come back, we're going to have Jay Harris and Melissa Fickner. Stay tuned. You're watching Sand Shark Bytes. We are back now, joined by Jay Harris and Melissa Fickner. Jay, what do you think of your team's performances this past 2 games?
competitive. We've done well to stay in games that are hard-fought games. You know, these are teams that have a lot of quality all over the field. You know, we've battled and we've stayed close. I think rightly so. We lost to Thomas, and I can have no qualms. You know, they deserve to win. And even if, you know, take it back, another conference game with Warner, even though we kept it tight, we really didn't deserve to win. You know, getting anything out of the game for us would have been good. But the fact we're able to persevere, push forward and continue to work and get the win on the weekend is a great testament to our team spirit.
What did you think of the performances by Logan Lesk and Melissa Fickner for the last game?
No, I really don't isolate so much. Of course, Mel came and got the goal in the end, which was great for our team. But without everyone doing their job, none of it is possible. You know, Mel made mistakes in the game along with everyone else. You know, she came through in a moment for us that was very big, that could be monumental for our season. But as I say, without everyone else playing their role, she can't do her job. Without Anna flicking the ball, she don't get the opportunity. So it's wonderful that in that moment she's able to take that opportunity for us. But, you know, there's just so many players on the field that, you know, our right and left back, Kumar and Allison, done an amazing job in the game. Our defense soaked up so much pressure. And in Logan, obviously, she's isolated in her role as a keeper. And, you know, she is one of, if not the best keepers in the conference. And we're extremely fortunate to have her and to rely on her to stop some goals that, you know, a lot of keepers would let in is you know, for us is magnificent.
You talk about Logan. She has second best save percentage in the conference right now. More saves than anybody. So giving up quite a few shots. What do we got to do there to limit that?
You know, you have to be strategic with the shots you're also giving up. I think we gave up some opportunities that could have been turned into goals. But when you actually look at the game and clear-cut opportunities, we created as many, or if not more and better, opportunities through to goal than they did. They just had a lot more shots, especially 20 yards out and angle shots wide. You know, sometimes you'll live with them sort of things. You know, our game plan, it came through in the end. Fortunate for us, it could have gone the other way, but it came through. You know, I can live with some shots from outside the box with the type of keeper and defense we have, as long as it's in front of us. You know, there's not too many players that are going to beat you from 25 yards out.
Mm-hmm. And going back to that game, there was a big save by Logan Lesk, the parry. She dove back, hits it off the bar, and then Dina is there to kind of clean up a bit of a mess. What have you liked from Dina so far this year in that center back role?
You know, as a freshman, she came in. You know, it was unclear how she was going to perform, her quality as a whole, and she's impressed. She's very assertive and physical against defenders, and she reads the game really well in jumping out and intercepting balls, and in possession, you know, she's able to see the field and distributes out the back extremely well. So, you know, she's been great for us as a freshman, and to know that she has another 3 years after this is, I mean, it's amazing, because her performances and level is only going to improve.
Mm-hmm. And going forward, then, what are we looking forward to? We got the last push here for the end of the conference. We do have a non-conference game in Georgia Gwinnett coming up still, but a few conference games left. What are we looking for?
You know, the focus has to be on doing what we do right. I don't want to say too much just in case the competition is watching. But, you know, we got to stick to what we do well. We can't get drawn in to trying to play against the other team's strengths. You know, there's teams that do things better than us, and I think there's things that we do better ourselves, and we need to stick to that and just work on it in practice to make it a little more smooth. But we definitely, you know, the win on the weekend definitely gives us a confidence moving forward, and hopefully on the back end of the season we can push on, and the close ones we've been losing, that we're going to be the ones that come out on top.
Perfect. Now going to you, Melissa. Where do you think the team is at right now, and what's your thoughts on the season so far?
We definitely had a rough season. We haven't been losing in the aspect of like far off, blown out games. It's always been really close, neck to neck, 2-1, 1-1. So I think this win's really big for us because we've kind of been, after the loss to Thomas, we all kind of got down on ourselves. So I think this is like coming off this high against SCAD. It's going to be really good. We're all very excited. So I really have, tomorrow's going to be a really good game. It's going to be a really good game.
And take us through the moment. You had the big overtime goal.
Yes, it was great.
Where Dina plays it forward, Anna flicks it on to you.
Yeah.
Take us through that moment.
I mean, it was quite a game. Got stitches, first half got knocked out, but it's okay, came back in. It was really Anna. I mean, I really can't take credit. Anna flicked the ball perfectly to me. It's like she knew I was gonna be there. I don't know if she saw me in the corner of her eye, but a couple of minutes left, beautiful ball. Anna flicks it on, and I managed to beat the defender and put it home. And it was a great feeling. I mean, we really needed this win, so this is really, especially for homecoming, it was great. So I think that really helped us, uplifted us too with the fans as well.
And it's like we asked Coach, you've got the push here, the last few conference games.
Yeah.
You're a senior. What are you doing to make the most of that?
These next couple games are very, very crucial. So right now we've, Allison Neeser, everyone's been talking. We really want to push through. We're going to give it our all tomorrow because SCAD's been our rival since I think forever. And then from there on we have Weber, we have Ave. We have a lot of games that we need to win. So from now on, I think right now we're just trying to push forward, hope for the best.
Now, going back to your team, you have players that are having some really good performances right now. Schaefer, Kumar, Salas, Lesk. Do those guys, by them playing really good, does that give you some momentum and give you extra drive to do just as good as them?
Yeah, definitely. I think as a senior, last year we struggled a little bit with the seniors kind of raising the bar, and I feel like this year that's what we focused on a lot because we have these underclassmen working so hard, and I feel like as a senior, me and Neeser were talking about it, we feel like we owe them for our last year to give it their all because they're out there busting their butts. And we have a lot of young talent. Like a lot of our best players are like freshmen, sophomores, so it's very exciting for what he has next year and stuff. So it's going to be they're going to have a good run in the next couple of years.
Absolutely.
Sure.
So last question for you, Mel. What has been your favorite part of your senior season so far?
The favorite part of my senior season will probably have to be
The winning goal.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say the winning goal. definitely that.
Shouldn't be that hard.
Definitely the winning goal. It was great. Having everyone run out, and it was just a really great feeling. I'm definitely still on the high, so that's good.
You got several
Watching
more
this
games
guy
to
run
make.
out, pick me up.
Several more games to make something special happen, and yeah, it was great to watch. If we go back, we see the clip. You can see Coach running out there. I think you beat everybody else out to the.
Got to celebrate with a team.
Got
to celebrate with a team.
It was great because then your volunteer assistant Lauren, she's way behind you trying to catch up. It was fantastic. So no, it was great to see everyone was super excited, and congratulations on the goal. And
Thank you. Yeah.
coming through, and like I said, we've got a few more games to make some more special things happen.
Yeah.
So guys, thank you so much for joining us. We're so excited to see you guys play SCAD. But now we're going to switch things over to the golf course, and we're going to look at some highlights from the Sandshark Invitational. We'll be back. Mike, we are back, and now we're joined with the golf coaches, Coach Allen and Coach DeBuell. So, Coach Allen, what did you think of your tournament this past week?
Went well for the most part. I mean, obviously the goal is always to win, but we still beat a lot of top teams. I mean, we finished third out of 13 teams and beat pretty much everyone in the conference except Coastal Georgia, who most likely might be the #1 team or #2 team in the country. So, overall performance, pretty well. Jack Faraci had a good tournament, and some other performances from Veer, Pat, and Will. Thought it went well.
Perfect. What about Jack Faraci's performance? What do you think he did that was really well?
He played well overall. He has a good game. He's a good ball striker, but sometimes his attitude goes wayward. But overall, his attitude's been good this year so far, and we expect that from him from a senior and being a leader.
Yeah, and you also had Wilken Knipe went out, 68, low round. What are you looking for from him this season? How do you see him fitting into the team? And
yeah, Will's been motivated. He's been really good so far in qualifying and been one of our top players so far. And the first round 68 was good, and then he backed it up with a poor second round. But I think that was more nerves and just getting ahead of himself, not really been in that position before. And so I think the first round 68 was more indicative of what we're going to see out of him. And then if he's got to handle the pressure and the nerves a little better, and he'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. And you said you had 13 teams. That's down in Palm Harbor, Florida, the USCB Innisbrook Invitational. How many conference teams were there for you guys?
Coastal, Kaiser, JWU, SCAD, St. Thomas, Weber. I think Thomas wasn't there, and Ave wasn't there. So, but most of the top hitter, Southeastern was there. So the top teams through the years have been, Coastal, Kaiser, us, Johnson and Wales, Southeastern. So all the top teams in the conference were there. So. And
you said you finished behind Coastal Georgia.
Correct.
How do you feel? I mean, you guys coming off the Sun Conference Championship last year. How do you feel now that you've seen everybody in the conference? How do you see the spring going for you guys and the whole season?
Yeah, we'll be right there. We'll be one of the top teams again. Competitive to win conference. The goal is to win back-to-back this year, and Coastal will be tough. They got to pretty much return everyone from last year. Mark David Johnson's already won 3 tournaments individually this year, so he's been a top player. So, but we're competitive. We should have beat them. We're only a couple strokes behind, and we were in the final group, which is a little more pressure than they kind of had a good round from the back. But we'll be right there. We're definitely going to be one of the top teams in the conference.
And you said Veerpat. Last year he was kind of in and out, not maybe as consistent as we were all looking for. This year, though, it looks like he's done some things great. What has he changed from last year to this year?
Just getting better, just growing up, being he's been proving it more in qualifying when we're playing with the team more consistently this year. I mean, with our inter squad, our matches in qualifying process, he's been the best player. He was just the best player the last 3 or 4 rounds we just had recently for this next tournament. So he's doing it on a consistent basis. So him playing well the first tournament wasn't out of nowhere. He wasn't a fluke. He's been doing it for a while, and last year we had some players like Keith and Newport ahead of him on the pecking order, and he's improved over time. So it's definitely something nice to see out of him.
Now, Coach DeBuell, your team had a really good performance, obviously winning the Sandstrike Invitational. Just what's your thoughts on your team's play this past week?
Yes, I thought our team played really well. One of the biggest struggles last year was coming out strong in the opening round. So we shot 311 in the opening round. Both Vanessa, Delia Prescia, our junior, and also Blanca played really well, both the first and second rounds. The third round we struggled a little bit, but we were able to pull off a win. I'm very proud of my girls, but still there's a lot of work to do coming up.
Do you think that the fact that you guys played your home course at Oldfield, did that make a big difference?
I think it did. I think that the girls were comfortable going out there. However, really just 2 of my girls, Vanessa and Blanca, were the ones that were kind of used to tournament play.
Right.
Delia Prescia, Crystal Sung, they were here last year, but they didn't see much tournament play, so this was kind of their first tournament. They handled it well. I was very proud of Delia. Crystal had 1 round that was okay, but she still has a lot of work to do, get a little more comfortable. And then Jamie Hubbard, our transfer sophomore, you can definitely tell her nerves got the best of her, but hopefully we're able to settle those down and kind of move forward.
Going back to Blanca and Vanessa now, what do you think of them and what do they bring to the team?
Leadership. I can definitely rely on them on the course. I don't really have to be worried about them out there. I know they can kind of handle themselves well. I think both of them will be two players that will be, definitely top 10, hopefully in the country. Really represent USCB well. And then Delia Prescia, she shot 74-78 rounds 1 and 2. I'm very proud of her. She came out there and definitely really showed what she can do. So I'm looking forward to seeing what she can do in the future.
And I had a chance to go out there and be out there at the Sand Shark, and it was a lot of fun. You guys are getting ready for a pretty big tournament, the NAI Fall Preview. You guys head out to Oklahoma City. We're going to see the top 20, 25 teams out there. What are you looking forward to? What are you hoping to see from your team?
Yeah, we're one of the top teams that we will be facing will be SCAD, British Columbia, Oklahoma City University. So they'll be definitely top teams in the country. So that will really give us a test of kind of where we stand national-wise. Hopefully the girls can go out there and play well like they did last weekend. But it'll definitely show us kind of where we stand in the nation and also kind of in the conference.
And that's where the national tournament will take place as well, so you guys have a chance to see that course.
Right, it's kind of like a practice round. Yeah, the national championship will be there next May.
Mm-hmm. And you said the nerves kind of got the best of you. What are we doing to kind of quell that for the newcomers?
I think them playing in the tournament, first tournament, kind of will help them kind of settle the nerves a little bit. But also just knowing that they kind of got 3 rounds underneath their belt, and moving forward, I think will be fun.
Coaches, thank you for joining us. We can't wait to see what both your teams can do going forward from here on.
Thank you.
But we're going to take a quick little break, and we'll be back. You're watching Sand Shark Bytes.
At the University of South Carolina, Beaufort, we offer small classes, individual attention, and an affordable education in an atmosphere that fosters diversity and achievement.
We are students.
We field 9 Sand Shark sports teams that compete in the Sun Conference.
We are athletes.
We are one university with 2 campuses serving the coastal areas of South Carolina and Georgia.
We are the Low Country.
We are the fastest growing 4-year school in the University of South Carolina system. We are USCB.
And Mike, we are back, but the show's almost over. Where's the time went this week?
Time always flies.
It just flies
you,
with me, right?
Carlo. It's
Yeah.
it's always been a pleasure, and thank you again for coming out to the campus and
Absolutely, I love
catching
it.
up with our athletes.
Of course. So next weekend, coming up weekend, we have a lot of cool stuff going on. Let's start off with some soccer.
The ladies are headed down to Ave Maria, down in the swamps of southern Florida,
Yeah.
out in the middle of nowhere. They're going to be excited. That's a pivotal game for Sun Conference standings, so excited to see how they fare there. And then they've got the other games coming up against the rest of the conference. Weber International coming to town, and see what happens.
Also, the cross-country team is going to be back out.
They're headed up to Charlotte. It's going to be a big event for them as they're headed up to the Queen City Invitational up there. So excited to see what happens again on the men's side for cross country. All freshmen and sophomores.
Right.
A very bright future for them.
Excited
The
to see
ladies.
Tetros go at it.
Oh man, the kid's unbelievable. Super fast. See what he does. See if he can drop some time up there.
Yeah, as Lauren Tregoning said, all they do is run, 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 run.
Isn't that the sport though?
That's the sport. So after that, we also have our final thing. We have some golf. Both golf teams back out on the courses.
Yeah, the guys are headed down to Weber International. Again, some Sun Conference teams there. Find out where they stand against some pretty stiff competition. And then, like I said, the ladies are headed out to Oklahoma City here soon to take part in that fall preview, find out where the national championship course is going to be, and facing, again, top 20 teams. We're really going to find out where we stand. Right now, the men, they were, in the last poll, they were rated 9. Ladies are ranked 6th in the NAIA, so next couple weeks are going to be pretty big for golf to find out where they are.
Of course. I mean, this is a great time to be a USCB athletics fan. I mean, you have so many events going on, and Mike Manning has saved you, everybody. If you need to find recap, stories, scores, anything, he's got it. He'll do it for you.
Oh, you're blaming me for that.
But that's going to do it for today, Mike. For Mike Manning, I'm Carlo Perusa. Keep those fins up, everybody.
I'm Tony Hawk, and you're watching the County Channel.
The County Channel is also available on video on demand. Go to bcgov.net, click on the County Channel logo, and select your program from the list. If you would like a DVD of this program, click DVD order form from the County Channel main page and fill out an order form.
Here's what's happening in Beaufort County.
Well, today we're here at the local Lowe's on Robert Smalls Parkway, and what we've done is we've brought together a cross-section of first responders that you would typically see on a hurricane response effort and a recovery effort. So you have a lot of public safety responders and their vehicles and personnel. A lot of them you don't even see during a storm and recovery response, because most people will be evacuated during a major event. And what we're trying to do is educate as many people as we can before the next storm and provide them with as much information as possible in a short amount of time.
Our goals here today are to educate and make sure people are prepared for the hurricane season. Doing little things like if you're on home oxygen, contacting your oxygen company, make sure you have enough that will get you through an extended period of time. Making sure all your medications, you have enough to get you through what could be an extended period of time.
We hope that people will learn just a little bit about what the animal laws in Beaufort County are, a little bit of the general health and welfare of the dogs and the do's and don'ts of what animals need here in Beaufort County. We just want to get the word out about microchipping. We're hoping that everybody will come out and take advantage of the free microchips. Normally, it's not a large fee to get a microchip through a vet or through us. We always have low-cost benefits that are throughout the county all the time. So if people just want to, get the microchips done as soon as possible, that's the best way to keep your animal and also to have them registered here in Beaufort County.
We hope what people will learn here today is to glean as much information as they need for their individual situation and preparing for a storm and a potential evacuation. It's a very chaotic situation, especially when a mandatory evacuation for a hurricane occurs. So we want people to prepare when it's calm, like right now. We don't have any storms going on at the moment, and we want to make sure that people prepare in the steady state when it's calm, and we call it a green zone. And we want people to get as much information as they can and get their families and their pets ready for a storm and a potential evacuation. We want them to be safe.
Today, I hope people learn to not wait till the last minute to prepare for hurricanes. They're very serious, and it takes a lot of preparation to get ready for them. Consider not just yourself, but the elderly, your animals, make preparations for them as well. And try to heed the advance warnings that go out when there's a voluntary evacuation. Take advantage of that. Go where there's shelters, go to family wherever you can that's out of the line of the hurricane, so that it makes our job a little bit easier, that we're not having to try to get to someone at the last minute who didn't heed the advanced warnings.
This is Captain Robert Carson, Beaufort City Emergency Management Coordinator. We want to thank you for coming out to the 2018 Hurricane Preparedness Fair.
And that's what's happening in Beaufort County.